All right. All all right. Hello, my name is Chris Young, and this is the presentation for Page Turners by Cyrus and I. So, what is Page Turners? Page Turners is a website that allows users to buy books of various genres. It allows users to create accounts so they can check out the books. And it does not allow for guest accounts to check out, of course. And how it works is that it stores them on three separate databases. Book database for books, a database for orders, and database for users. These databases are done in memory. So so how it works is that the user will create an account that will be stored on the user DAO, which will store the user objects across sessions. And all three orders will be stored in separate databases, and all the information for all the books will be stored in yet another database. So how it works is that users can sign up through the authentication servlets, books to the card through card servlet, check them out using a combination of multiple servlets. The card persists across sessions, and security features include SQL injection prevention via prepared statements, session-based based authentication, password hashing, and input validation on all forms, which will be shown off. If the cell will be implemented during checkout, then the project is built using Maven. So for the MVC, the model is the main objects, book, user, order, card item, with the database operations via the DAOs. The view is a GSP with GSTL for dynamic content rendering, which you'll see on the lovely website you'll see in a few moments. And the controllers are servlets handling HTTP requests and business logic. Feature enhancements, we are considering an admin panel for book management, book reviews and ratings, payment gateway integration, mostly through sites like PayPal and like inventory management, mostly in updating the personal library based on this history of the owner that order history. Order history has been implemented as you'll see during the presentation. Advanced search features, a rudimentary search feature has also been implemented, but we would like to make it more advanced search by genre instead of just titles and the like. And lastly, is there maps for address lookup. This was attempted, but will not fully implement the final product. I think the code is still in will be in what is turned in. So you can take a look at that if you like. And that is all. And now I will hand it over to Cyrus to give a demo of the website.
All right. Give me a second. Can you see my screen?
Now I can.
Okay, I'm in incognito with Firefox. Confirm?
Confirm.
Sweet. So going to our web server for this class, you can find our website. It happens to be the first one here. That's convenient. Yeah, so this is Page Turners. We have a navigation bar that has home, browse books, cart, account, and logout. Oh, it looks like I'm already signed in for my last uh demo, but I'll just start over. I just hit log out. And so when users are shopping, they can uh pick books based on the genre they're interested in. We have dystopian, fantasy, fiction, and romance. For dystopian, we have the well-known 1984 novel by George Orwell. For fantasy, oh, so that happened because we were at home, but ideally we want users to be browsing books here. Here we give them features like selecting the quantity of books they want, but it works in many of the same ways. For fantasy, we have Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Fiction, Catcher in the Rye, and romance, we have Pride and Prejudice. Very easy. You just hit add to cart. You can buy one, buy two, buy a lot. Let's add 1984. Let's just add one of each at this point. Why not? So we got 4 novels in here. You see that the price is being shown in subtotal and total. Let's say a user changes his or her mind. They're not a big fan of fantasy, so we just got rid of Lord of the Rings. And you see that the price updates. The entry in the shopping cart was removed. Let's say the user changes his or her mind again, wants it back. They can add it back just like that. And we do want users to create an account if they shop with us. So here we first we have a button log into checkout before they can check out. And as you can see, the session is saved between these uh, navigation bars, these between these pages. So, but of course, this is our first time. Let's say we're a new user, so we'll have to make an account first. Make a new account here. You can also click the button up here to make an account, and this session will be saved. Uh, let's go with Jane Doe. And for email address, I'm going to use a temporary email address. Here we go. This is our temporary email address. Copy that. Put it here. Jane Doe. For password, let's keep it simple. But before I put in the password, we want users to enter at least 6 characters, or else we will refuse their registration. So password must be 6 characters long. I'm using a very simple password, 123456. Users can enter a street address if they wish. This isn't necessary until they check out. Let's do Baltimore, Maryland. One. All right, registration successful. And just to show you once again, session is being saved. User signs in. And there we go. The user can check his or her account information, in which he or she will see the name, email, and order history if he or she has ordered any items. So let's do the order now. Here we have shipping information, payment information, and order summary. So for payment information, we take Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. We would like to also add PayPal and Shop Pay. Also, Apple Pay would be great, but for now, we'll just be taking the 4 prime credit card providers. Whoops. Hey. And whoop, I didn't enter shipping information, so we cannot place our order just yet. Let's do Sesame Street. And let's do this in, I don't know, Chicago, or let's do San Jose, California. Users have to enter a 10-digit phone number, or else it won't work. And now it's processing. We are using an in-memory database with H2. We see that order has successfully gone through. An email is sent to the email address that was registered with the order summary. As you can see, this email was received by this email address that we generated 3 minutes ago. This email comes from do not reply at azurecom.net, and that is because I implemented the email server inside Azure, which I can show you in this window. So in this window, I created a resource group named after our company, PageTurners. Inside here, I have uh 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 resources for making the email happen. Uh, so the most important service resource is the communication service. With this thing, we can check logs. Uh, do. Oh no, it's my first time looking at this, but it looks like uh this hasn't. I think I have to register for something for Insights to work. I don't know, but obviously we saw just a minute ago that the email does go through. Um, so to make this happen, I had to get a key from this Azure resource and put it in our configuration files so that we can work with this Azure email API. So for our domain that we use to send emails with, we're using do not reply at this randomly generated, I think it's a guid.azurecom.net. This was pre-configured. It's what they gave me, and it's what I'm using. But we can also add a domain, PageTurners.com, in the future, so that our customers have a better idea of where that email is coming from. Okay, what else? Right. So my other Azure resource was App Service. We tried deploying our web app on Azure App Service, but I ran into some configuration issues. It was a mismatch in our Java SDK with what was available in App Service, but that would be a future enhancement once we move off of using the class web server. This other Azure resource, PageTurners, was used to implement address lookup so that when users type in their address and payment information, there will be a drop down. There will be a drop down as they're typing. So they'll type something here, a drop down will show up, which they can click to fill out these other entries. But with this, uh, I ran into some configuration issues because API keys are very vulnerable, and I couldn't find a good way to safely implement this without uh, leaking the API key. I think that's
All right, so this is the Cyrus session. So as of right now, I'm on something from a prior session we did testing, so I'm gonna log out and log into the new one. So as you can see, the login worked. Um, Here it is, the website in its glory. Here's the account. Here's the order, which has the name and the email from previous sessions, and now the order history. You can see that the order is there as expected. Nothing in the car, of course, because there's nothing to be there. And that is it.